Hello out there, revolutionary greetings to all and sundry. My name is John Ba Akuro, and today is the 4th of March in the year of our Lord 2020. Special greetings to all the heroes and heroines of our movement for liberation and freedom. Special greetings to all the people of the once independent Southern Cameroons, now also referred to as Ambazonia. My dear people, today I come for us to examine very critically a statement that has just been made by the U.S. Undersecretary for African Affairs, Mr. Tibor Nagy. I have seen a lot of comments already on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, with people very worried. The people of the Southern Cameroons worried and disturbed that those statements are actually not in line with their wishes and aspirations, while those of La République du Cameroon are very excited that the United States of America is about to support them to continuously annex and subjugate the people of the Southern Cameroons to slavery and servitude. My dear people, I'd like us to, first of all, take a quick reading of that statement before we look critically at what that statement means to us. Mr. Tibor Nagy Jr. says, "We support a unified Cameroon. The last thing Africa needs is another state that will be full of suffering and poverty. But the Cameroon government has to be serious about a genuine peace process, genuine decentralization, genuine power to the local level." This is a statement that is causing a lot of anger in the ranks of the people of the Southern Cameroons and causing a lot of, or rather spraying a lot of joy and celebration within the ranks of the people of La République du Cameroon. But I like the people of the Southern Cameroons to take a very positive look at this message. Mr. Tibor Nagy is a pragmatic and seasoned diplomat. He doesn't just talk. Generally, when he talks, what he is saying is grounded on facts. What he is saying is based on the situation before him at the moment he is talking. And if there is one thing that we all need to understand, is that international policy evolves as circumstances evolve. The same thing happens to the policy of the United States of America, just like it happens to the policies of other countries around the world. Nothing is static. But the message in this statement to the people of the Southern Cameroons is clear. I know you ask me, but what is that message? Mr. Tibor Nagy is simply stating a fact. He's telling the people of the Southern Cameroons, since 2016, we have looked at you. We have watched you act. We have watched you move around the world. We have listened to you talk. We have seen you demonstrate. But what we are yet to see is a clear message that you are so frustrated and worried with what is happening to your people. Yes, that is what this message is all about. What this message means is, since 2016, you have failed to demonstrate to us and the rest of the world that you are ready, determined, and capable of taking your own destiny back into your own hands. They have watched us. They have observed our way of doing things. What have we been able to do this far? On a daily basis, our people are being slaughtered like pigs. What are we doing? We are fighting among ourselves. Fighting to divide, to share an elephant that is still in the forest, that is not anywhere near being slaughtered. We are busy fighting over it. Since 2016 until today, what have we been showing the world? Cacophony. What have we been showing the world? A serious rivalry for virtual power. What have we been showing the world? Our ability to transform a genuine struggle for freedom into one, our primary sources of income, into two, our permanent jobs, and into three, what they call in broken language, our chop farm. That is what we have been doing all this while. From 2016 to this moment, we have failed to let the world see that we are so touched to the point where we can no longer take it. The way to do it is not to come out there once in a while, then go back, drink champagne, dance, relax, enjoy ourselves, and sleep, and expect that our suffering masses that have shown resilience and continue to show it will be the only ones to deliver us that freedom by their own means that we seek. The discordant voices in our ranks have sent shock waves through a lot of diplomatic circles around the world that we are likely going to be that burden that the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland said in 1961 that we will be. That if we were allowed to be independent, we will be a burden to the British taxpayer. This is the same message being re-echoed today. Look at the statement again by Tibor Nagy. He says, the last thing Africa needs is another state that will be full of suffering and poverty. Underline suffering and poverty. What have we shown this far? Poverty here will not only mean the lack of money, because we have all the resources. We have a lot of resources in the Southern Cameroons. I mean resources that can, if well harnessed, transform us into an island of wealth within just a few years. But what we have shown this far is clear that if given the opportunity, we will tear ourselves apart like it has been happening in Southern Sudan. Because without having the real power in our hands yet, we are already banning people. Without having the real power in our hands yet, we are already decreeing that prison should be created and people jailed for life. Without having the real power yet, we are already passing instructions that our fellow brothers and sisters fighting with us on the same side should be killed and slaughtered like pigs. Why would the world take us seriously? Without having that power yet, we are tearing ourselves apart and wanting to demonstrate just how I'm the one who is capable enough of giving instructions, even to call a simple demonstration. We will want to show I'm the only one who has the power to call a demonstration and not the other. Whereas we all have to be demonstrating every day. You have to sleep in your house. You get up in the morning, you feel very frustrated and disturbed. You carry your placard, even all alone, and stand by the roadside wherever you are and demonstrate. We saw Calibro do that in France, all alone, and was able to attract the attention of President Macron. And we can all see the effect of that one-man demonstration. Even just to call a simple lockdown. We want to show we are the ones that have power. All this cacophony has not gone well for us. We have spent time vilifying ourselves, labeling ourselves, tagging ourselves, calling ourselves names. This one is an agent of La République. This one, at the end of the day, I think there is not a single person in our movement that has not been tagged an agent of La République. And if we are therefore all agents of La République, what are we doing? Saying we are fighting for freedom. This message from Mr. Tibor Nagy is an opportunity. It's a call on us, the people of the Southern Cameroons, to sit back and reflect. It's a call on us to either sit up, come together, work together for what we so seriously desire and deserve, or we will all perish as fools. The last time I came on this platform, and I announced that we're just off some important meeting with some international experts who advised that Mr. Akuro, you people keep turning around there, you are looking for whoever can provide the means to fuel your struggle for freedom. Go back to yourselves. What we at the international level want to see is we want to see numbers. Launch a collection of just $10, not more than $10 each. Call on your people to contribute only $10. Don't rely on 15, 20 people who come in with $100,000, $200,000. No, we don't want a few people to own a movement. Go out there and let us see how many hundreds of thousands of Southern Cameroonians will contribute that $10. Grant us access to the software of the account where they will be doing those contributions. Just so that we see the numbers, not the names. So we know that your people are worried enough about what is happening in their land. Because if they are worried, they will do three things. One, they will provide the money needed to fuel this movement. Two, they will always be so anxious to come out there and demonstrate and show their eye to the rest of the world. Three, they will be ready to sink their differences at all times to work together because it is important to show to the world a united front. And I came and announced. And I even went so ambitious to say every Monday I will come around to see how much would have been collected in the course of the past week and how many people have put in money. But at the end of the day, I felt so ashamed. Because what happened? People went out there, picked their phones, called people here and there. Don't contribute money into that account. It is not that of our IG. Don't contribute money into that account. It is not that of our group, GovC. Don't contribute money into that account. It is not that of our group, ACT. Don't contribute money into that account. It is not that of our group, APAM. These are examples. And the likes. And they said, because it is Mr. Akuro who came and announced it, avoid contributing money inside there because, by the way, he's an agent of La République. At the end of the day, I think we have less than 200 people. I mean, less than 200 people who contributed into that account, the $10. Some even continue to contribute to date. And I want to heartily congratulate those ones for their commitment. But my dear brothers and sisters, the idea here was not the money, it's the numbers. When we continuously fail tests like these ones, how do we want the world to take us seriously? When on the 14th of February, our people were massacred, children, pregnant women, burnt alive, recklessly, we all came out with anger and went onto Twitter, went onto Facebook, went onto Instagram to call on the international community to come in and assist us. What are we doing ourselves? When we call demonstrations, how many people come out there to demonstrate? You sit in your house and you say, it is not my group that called for that demonstration, I'm not going. My dear brothers and sisters, when those bullets are raining down on our people, they don't select those who belong to the group of whoever who called or demonstration did not call. When they are raining those bullets on our people, they don't select the group of whoever did call for the contribution of just $10. Why don't you get up today? Pick your purse and say, I want to throw away $10. Register your name inside there. Pour in there. Let us get up tomorrow in the morning, the next day, and present to the world hundreds of thousands, why not millions of Southern Cameroonians that are contributing that $10 to demonstrate that they are tired of a life of slavery and servitude. And when we don't do this, we expect that Mr. Tibor Nagy should come and say, we are happy to announce that we want to go and tell Mr. Paul Biya, oh yeah, we are drawing a boundary here, let the people of the Southern Cameroons go and you two stay. We have spent time vilifying ourselves, fighting ourselves, even just a common date of a demonstration we cannot agree on. In one of my communications here, I pointed out that Mr. Paul Biya read international relations. He is a diplomat by training. He knows the way the international system functions. And Mr. Paul Biya knows that all he needs is time. Time enough to continue to sow division, to sow hatred among us, to sow strife among us. And we will kill ourselves while he watches, and he will call the rest of the world and say, look at the people who want to go free. Can they govern themselves? Can they manage themselves? All he needs to do is point to Sudan. That is exactly what he has been doing this far. And that's why he has been playing all the dilatory tactics. Should I point them out? Number one, when there was so much talk about need for, peace talks, genuine dialogue and all of those things, Mr. Paul Biya created a commission for disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration. He knew that it was the wrong thing to do at that time, but he went ahead and did it to distract the world. And before long, they gathered a few people, put them in there and said, the people are surrendering. To keep playing with time. When he noticed that it was not going, he sent one of his agents to contact us, and that was Mr. Ellie Smith, to contact us and get through some of our people to say, write to the government of Switzerland that they should come in and help mediate. We did, of course. I should say it wasn't so bad to take an opportunity when it comes. But of course, La République du Cameroon had its game plan. They had what they wanted to achieve. And that is why they sent the Swiss, but did not commit ever, not even for 1 second, commit to anything that can pin them down to finally find themselves on the negotiation table with us. Reason some of us insisted ab initio, before you go ahead to let the Swiss government make any announcement that they have obtained mandates from both parties, let us see the mandate from La République du Cameroon. But of course, they played their game. And while we went in, I must say that is also progress though. But again, it could have been better. But while we went in, they played behind, stayed quiet, played until let the world think that they were part of this process, until when they knew that the noose was tightening around their necks to commit, they decided to ignore the Swiss initiative that they so joyously sent people to us to initiate and call for something called Grand National Dialogue at the approach of the holding of the UN General Assembly. That was to circumvent the Swiss stuff. And when they held that thing, they knew that it would be a charade and not to come out of it. After all, until this day I am talking, what has been implemented from that Grand National Dialogue, even the stupid farce of special status, is nowhere to be found. Mr. Paul Biya knows. So he played for time. And once he did that, he soon knew that if the Swiss kept coming and all whatnot, they will soon be forced at some point to make an official statement. They decided to stop granting visas to officials of the Swiss Center for Humanitarian Dialogue going to that country. Still Mr. Paul Biya playing his game. Once he was able to play with that and shift them aside, the next thing that Mr. Paul Biya did was do what? Come up intermittently with the creation of bogus commissions like the National Commission on, should I say, is bilingualism. He's created a good lot of those things. And now when something happens, he creates a commission of inquiry like he did with Ngabo. And now when he notices that the world is not satisfied with the creation of that commission, they announce the arrest of 9 soldiers. The arrest of 9 soldiers, really? We know what happened when Mr. Paul Biya claimed to have arrested the soldiers who Human Rights Watch called pants down, that they killed women and children in the far north. Of course, stories came from those who were inside, how these soldiers were supposedly taken there as a decoy and put in rooms, air-conditioned rooms with television sets, with channels and everything to enjoy themselves. And to this day, nobody has ever heard what has happened to them. This is exactly what is going to happen relating to the situation in Gabo. Mr. Paul Biya keeps playing those games. And he is very good at those games and playing for time, counting on the fact that we will destroy our own movement because we are fighting for power, because we are greedy, because we have decided not to follow the liberation movement. We have decided to follow individuals. Because some of us feel that we already have secured positions under some leaders, which positions must be given to us because we are soon getting to the finish line. We are soon getting home to take back the country and we'll start enjoying those positions. My dear brothers and sisters, arise to the reality that we still have to work so hard to first of all make Southern Cameroons a reality before we start fighting for positions. If we do not do this, we are heading straight for the abyss. This message from Mr. Tibor Nagy is very timely. Timely because it is a clarion call on the people of the Southern Cameroons to understand that we either sink our differences and go for those things that unite us more and come close together to work together around what is called unity of purpose, or we shall all die like fools. Because these people in the international community, these experts tell us That, Mr. Akuro, if your people were so worried and so distraught with the fact that you have been living in slavery and servitude, they will do at least 3 things. Number 1, they will contribute money as much as possible to fuel this movement. They will contribute without blinking. Number 2, they will want to work together to show to the world a united front, a united face, so that the world should understand we are not about to let go another group of people who will become a burden to us. And number 3, you will be willing to step out every moment the opportunity comes to be on the street there to demonstrate, to call the attention of the world. And they asked me, why do you think that CNN, BBC, Fox News, Deutsche Welle, MSNBC, all these big channels in the world, why do you think that when they are talking about Southern Cameroons, they're only talking about the humanitarian situation? Why have they not started talking about the need for self-determination for the deserving people of the Southern Cameroons? Why are they not calling on the world to respect international law? Which international law sanctifies, or which international law recognizes the independence of the Southern Cameroons? Why do you think they are not going back down memory's lane to revisit what happened and to point out the injustice that happened in 1961? Said, because you people have not yet given reason to the world to think like that. My dear brothers and sisters of the Southern Cameroons, all is not lost. Nothing at all is even lost. We have made so much progress. To get a diplomat of the standing of Mr. Tibor Nagy make a statement like this one, that should serve as a galvanizing point for our people to know that we have not been doing things the way we are supposed to do them, is a plus and not a minus. And I want to congratulate my brother Abdul Karim Ali, who has come out there with a quick message to urge our people to avoid falling into the trap of going out on social media to the right or take swipes at the US diplomat. This is an assignment to us. We have the yam and the knife. The destiny of the people of the Southern Cameroons is in our hands. Nobody will decide for us. We will decide for ourselves. But if we decide to let the world take the decision for us, that will be our own problem. We cannot afford to leave this thing for other generations of Southern Cameroonians. The losses are too much. We have to do it now, people. We can do it. It is possible for us to do it. If you are frustrated and worried enough with what is happening back on the territory in the Southern Cameroons, what is happening in the once independent Southern Cameroons, that we prefer to call today Ambazonia, then get up and do the one thing you must do. 1, be at all demonstrations that are called in the areas where you find yourself. Be at all such demonstrations. 2, make sure you talk positive all the time. Stop the kind of individual attacks that we throw at each other and make the world see us as a very divided and, belligerent set of people. And number 3, pick your purse. Contribute at least that $10 into that account I have been showing over and over. I'll take the opportunity to show it again. I don't have that piece of paper here. I didn't intend to show it today, but you can go back to my previous communications, or you can look on the message section of this communication. I will put the account details there. Contribute that $10. Throw it. Throw that $10. Because when a lot of people say, why should you contribute it? It is John Akuro who called it. John Akuro is an agent of La République, or he is not of our group, or he is not our leader. He is not the one we have chosen. He's not the one I'm militating for. My dear people, tell yourself that a beggar has come at your doorsteps, and because we're in a period of Lent, you have to be a cheerful giver. Pick $10 today. Throw it. I want to see hundreds of thousands of people sending in that $10, sending in $15. I don't want to see 15 people coming in with $1 million each. That is not what the international community wants to see. That is not what these international experts are talking about. They want to see numbers. Are we frustrated enough with this kind of statement? Then let us do the right thing. The right thing is to look at the silver lining in that statement. I hail Mr. Tibor Nagy for sending us that conscious call at this point in time. We must arise and do what we are supposed to do. We have a demonstration in Washington, D.C. on Friday, the 6th of March. I'm urging all Southern Cameroonians in the DMV area, even those who are not in the DMV area, who are in areas where you can travel by bus, by train, by all means, to come and be part of that demonstration. Before Fox News, before MSNBC, endeavor to be there. I want to congratulate all of those who are contributing a lot of money so that we hire the LED van that will move around with our images on that van all over Washington, D.C., with the images displaying all over for people to see what Mr. Paul Biya has been doing to our people. And take note, there will be a demonstration in London on the 9th of March against the Commonwealth meeting that will be holding on the occasion of the World Commonwealth Day. There is going to be a demonstration in Canada, in Toronto, on the 20th of March. Before that one, there is a demonstration again on the 13th of March before the White House in Washington, D.C. Endeavor to be at all these demonstrations. Even when you have the possibility to go out there and demonstrate alone, do not miss that chance. My dear people, this is the time for us to again tell the world that we might have been sleeping, but we know exactly what we want. We want freedom. And we know that freedom has a price, and we are ready to pay that price. You pay that price by contributing. You pay that price by demonstrating. You pay that price by being focused and staying positive, by desisting from attacking people when you are supposed to be focusing all your energy on La République du Cameroon. You pay that price by observing the country Sunday on Ground Zero, fasting and praying. You pay that price by using all peaceful means available to let the world know that we are tired of colonialism and neo-colonialism for over a century. My dear people, we have the yam and the knife. The destiny of the once independent Southern Cameroons, we now call Ambazonia, is in our hands, not in the hands of anyone in the world. To the effect that we let this opportunity to secure freedom for generations upon generations of Southern Cameroonians yet to be born slip our hands, the onus is on us. If you are as worried as I am, then begin to do the right things. Trust me, we will be free. We will be free. We will be free. To God be the glory.